Good afternoon, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out. We'll get started talking a little bit about our preseason that we've had, and then we'll cover our opponent this week, the University of Louisville. So this preseason, it was a little different for us moving into conferences. We had a lot of moving parts, a lot of guys coming in from the transfer portal, and that kind of rounded out our team with what was coming back and replacing a couple guys who left. Overall, we had a really good camp. We've had a good preseason. Guys are really buying into our identity, our philosophy. You guys are really getting after it, and I know probably more so than anything else, they're probably ready to hit somebody else in another color. But it's been a good camp. We are going to name our starting quarterback. It's going to be Briar. He's looked really good all preseason. Very proud of his maturity. He's came a long way than when he transferred over here in January. But he's becoming a leader, and he's a quiet guy, but he's leading through example, and he's put in the work, and he's earned to take those first steps at Louisville. So we're ready to roll with him. Chris Grant and True Justice are going to be, running back 1A and 1B essentially. They're going to get a lot of carries and going to play things by personnel, formations and parts of the game on who gets carries and when they get carries. So both of those guys will see a lot of playing time, and we're excited to see what they both can contribute. Wide receiver wise, we're going to try to rotate as many guys as we can. We've got 4 to 5 guys that we really feel comfortable in getting out there and taking good reps and contributing and giving us something. And we're fortunate enough to have a couple guys at multiple positions that can do some different things for us. Play out wide, play in the slot, do some different things that a 5 wide looks. So very comfortable with what we have at the wide receiver position. At tight end, Trent Parker will be seeing the majority of the snaps. We're excited about Trent. You guys have talked to him at media days and talked to him, pretty much throughout the week. He's been voted team captain by his peers, and he puts the team on his back in workouts and when we do things, in the community. He's our leader. He's the guy that these younger guys, look up to and they go to and ask for advice on how to handle them, the college game and the day-to-day while you're taking classes throughout the summer and, working out twice a day and just making sure that, they follow that Trent Parker, regiment that's made him, so successful and get them to the point where he's at right now. Offensive line wise, we're working out really a couple kinks up front. I think we've got 7 guys who can play right now. They just have a really good understanding of our scheme. Has shown that they've got, a lot of physicality, a lot of want to, a lot of drive. And then we're still waiting on a couple guys to really take that next step. We've of course, Jared Collins is going to start at left tackle on Saturday. And then Darren Stone will start at right tackle. D. Powers is going to start at center. Eric Peterson will start at one of the guards, and then we'll have a couple other guys there in the mix for that last spot, and maybe have to rotate a lot of guys throughout the game on Saturday. Then defensive line wise, I know the guy that everybody's really asking a lot of questions about is LeVar Hayden. LeVar is on the straight and narrow this entire offseason, preseason, and camp. He has matured a lot, and we've talked about it many times leading up to this point, that he knows this is his last chance. He knows this is his last spot. This is place number 4 for him, and he has seemed to really just grasp the concept of this coaching staff, this university taking a chance on him. We know what he can do on the football field. That's never been in doubt. Former 5-star recruit, never been in doubt one bit, and he still looks great on the football field. It's about keeping him on the football field and making sure that he's helping his team out and contributing to whatever the success of this team is going to be. And right now he's doing a really good job of that, and I expect him to continue it. Up front, we're going to have Denzel Alexander and Ben Barton. The majority of those snaps taken there at defensive tackle. And that's a position that we're going to rotate some guys to. We've got some decent sized bodies that can play and run support and give us some good reps there. And then we're gonna have a lot of different guys, playing at the outside linebacker position. It's not a position that has just had somebody step up and take complete control of yet. So still waiting on that person. But of course, at middle linebacker we'll have Raiden Watkins, and he's had a great camp. He's looked incredible, lateral quickness, side-to-side speed. He's looked really good. And in our defense, the way Coach Lerner has developed our defense and kind of stuff that he has brought over, I think Raiden's going to be very successful there, and he's going to kind of be the guy who leads that defense and gets guys in the right spots. And so I think he's had a good camp. Corner-wise, I would say right now we've got one guy who's really stepped up and shown out the most, and that would be Ray Tatum. And I think TT Claiborne is probably close. He's getting close to being a guy who's going to be on the field a lot. Right now, we're still going to have to rotate a lot of guys there. Then at the safety position, Xavier Prince will be, playing kind of our center field safety with a lot of one safety looks and stuff. So we've had a lot of guys that have had some really good camps, and there's guys that I didn't name, like at the wide receiver position, Malik Moore, Blake Boston, Mike Hampton, Armani Coles, guys that I haven't mentioned yet because they've had good camps, but they have just not secured away positions yet to say that they're going to get majority snaps or earned the majority of the snaps. So, but overall we've had a good camp. So on Saturday, we play the University of Louisville, a top 20 team. They are very fast. They are very fast. They're not as physical as what you would expect an ACC team at that level to be. Coach Brom is still very much so building a culture, building an identity, building some physicality, and they had some guys transfer out too. We were able to take a couple guys from the University of Louisville in the transfer portal, and so he's still building that identity. But what he's done with that program, what it was just a couple years ago to where he's got it right now, says everything about who he is as a coach, who he is as a leader. And I think the world of Coach Brom. He's doing an amazing job there, and they're going to be everything that you'd expect in a top 25 team, and playing a team in the MAC. They're going to be deeper at positions. They're going to be more athletic, more talented at positions. The one thing that we've preached all off season is, our motto is every minute counts. And so every minute of every workout, every minute, every practice, every scrimmage, every 7-on-7, every, skelly, every, nutritional, program, every minute counts, because that's how we have to close the gap, is to think like that and to apply that into our program. And we've hoped that we've really closed the gap on some of these Power 5 schools. And really, we'll see come Saturday how much we have closed that gap. I think we've done a great job in the transfer portal. We've done a great job of getting guys up to speed quickly to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. Now our coaching staff has done more than enough of putting in the hours and taking some of these guys under their wing and developing them and getting them in the film room and breaking it down and taking some time away from their families just to get a lot of these transfers up to speed and on par where we feel comfortable, having a full playbook in front of us. So we're excited. We're excited about the opportunity Saturday to go to Louisville and try to come out there with a top 20 win. And it would be a good start for our season, a good start for our guys. Program moving into the FBS level, and we're tremendously excited about the opportunity. And if you guys take a look at our schedule, that our schedule has a lot of formidable opponents on our schedule, and we are going to take it week by week. We don't look ahead to any games, although you may circle week 6 there, where we play the school across the road, and that's obviously the one that you want on the schedule more so than anything else. But every week is got to be the biggest game of the season for us, and that's just the way that we've approached the off season. And excited about our schedule, excited about this team and what they can do, what the potential is. Now we just gotta bring that out of each other each and every Saturday. And next week we'll cover that upcoming game. We'll also recap a little bit of this Louisville game. We'll talk about who graded out as champions for that game, and just talk a little bit about what happened and then also what's coming up. But I appreciate everybody being here. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week, and we'll see you Saturday. Go Flood.